There are a lot of questions about eating late at night. Is it really bad for you? Is it bad for your metabolism? Is it going to raise my cholesterol? Is it going to affect my sleep? Is it going to affect my longevity? Is it going to affect my lifespan, my health span? A lot of questions about eating late at night. So in this video, I want to tell you some of the reasons why I think that eating late at night is a real mistake. Which is the best time to eat at night? Which is the last hour into which you should be eating? First of all, we're going to walk through about every single reason so you really understand which are the reasons why we should be avoiding this, and then we can go through for these strategies and which is the best way of doing it. Okay, so let's get started. Okay guys, so the thing is, eating late at night, some people, it's like maybe one of those myths. Is it really that bad? The short answer is yes. So let's start with the reasons. Reason number one, we need to remember that there is something called the circadian rhythm, and we need to respect the biorhythms of the body. When we have day and night, light and darkness, yin and yang, we need to respect all the biorhythms of life. It's very important to respect them. But more than that, which are the reasons? During the day, our body is ready to be responding, to be in their response for stress, for any attack, for asking for help. At night, we can be resting, we can be recovering, we can be rebuilding cells, we can be detoxifying, we can be preparing everything for the next day. If we don't respect that, and if we bring that part, that part is something called the autonomic nervous system. It's divided into two. The sympathetic, which is everything that I just mentioned that occurs during the day, what has us on the alert state, what they call the fight or flight state. And the other one is the parasympathetic system. When we extend the period of the sympathetic system, and when we start shutting down the parasympathetic system, everything starts going wrong. And a bunch of things start happening, and there are a lot of things in our health that start going wrong when we don't respect and when we shut down the parasympathetic system. Reason number two, it could be problems with your insulin and with your glucose. What's the deal with that? Well, that's the deal with prediabetes, diabetes, having fatty liver, having high triglycerides, getting fat, getting anxious about food, and a lot of things. Why? Melatonin is the hormone that we produce at night in between 7 and 9 p.m. in order to fall asleep and to maintain a good quality of sleep. Melatonin helps making better the sensitivity of insulin. So insulin can go and help glucose to get into the cells, and everything is going to be in order. When we don't sleep because we're eating late at night, and because everything starts shutting down, the production of melatonin goes down. If the production of melatonin goes down, the production of insulin, because we're eating a lot, is going to go up because we just ate. High insulin levels affect the production of melatonin. So we're going to have a lot of insulin, a lot of glucose running into our bloodstream, and a lot of that is not going to be processed. The effect of the lipolysis that we could be doing at night to get some of the energy that we need at night from fat is going to be shut down. Number three is going to be the amount of temperature that we get at night when we eat late at night. This is called the thermogenesis, or the capacity of a certain food to produce temperature in the body. So we know that carbohydrates have that chance, and also fats and proteins have that chance also. Maybe proteins are maybe one of the ones that gives us more energy on any given meal. So the thing is, if we're eating late at night and we raise our temperature at night, then it's going to affect the quality of our sleep. For us to get a good quality of sleep, we need to lose in about 1 degree when we go to bed. At the moment in which we fall asleep, we lose about 1 degree in order to fall asleep. If we go to bed and our temperature is rising because we just ate, or it rises afterwards, is going to affect the quality of our sleep. And this is a real big issue. Number four, when we eat late at night, the hormones that manage part of our satiety, such as ghrelin and such as leptin, ghrelin levels can rise, and also leptin, which is the one that gives us the signal so we can stop eating, we start being resistant to leptin. When we have high levels of ghrelin, we're going to start being hungry in the morning, or we could even be hungry, wake up being hungry in the middle of the night. I've seen thousands of patients, and this is a real problem for a lot of people. So when we have high levels of insulin, running in your bloodstream at night, when we have high levels of ghrelin, when we have high levels of leptin, because the body starts becoming resistant to the amount of leptin. So what does the fat cell think that it needs to do? Produce more leptin. When there is enough inflammation, when there's enough insulin resistance, when there's enough of all of this, we start producing more and more and more, and this could be a real problem. Issue number 5, it's going to be everything related with sleep, repair, and mental health. Remember, when we have a good parasympathetic system, we sleep, we repair, we recover, we do every single thing, we wake up renewed, every single thing that we need when we go and sleep. But if we're extending the period in which we are stressed, eating, doing a lot of things, being metabolically active, asking my body for a lot of physiological processes that only occur during the day or should be occurring principally during the day, if I extend that and if I'm having that at 10 p.m., 11 p.m., it's going to affect for sure the quality of my sleep because all of the reasons that I just mentioned. Number 6, bad sleep can have on the impact or a negative impact on the gut microbiome, on the balance of the bacteria, the parasites, the viruses, and the fungi, and the balance of that, all that we have inside our body, but especially in our intestine. So when this starts losing balance, everything starts going wrong. It can really go wrong. And we're starting to understand how, when we affect the GI system, when we affect our sleep, when we are eating late at night, how it can start affecting the microbiome. Number 7, it's going to be detoxification or a detox. And you might think, what does it mean? What does it have to do with this? Well, the thing is, the liver makes all the detox processes that everyone wishes for and everyone is crazy about them, and all of this, it makes it at night. Yeah, at night. All the biotransformation occurs at night. Why? Because we stopped everything from the exterior, and now it's a good time for getting rid of all the things that I don't need. If I'm eating late at night, I'm going to have my physiology and all my biochemistry focused on a bunch of intestinal processes instead of what I really need, which is my liver to be working well, especially in between 1 to 3 p.m., which is the time in which it works better. The last thing, which is very common, is for people to have GI problems, especially to have reflux. So they go to bed and they start coughing. When people think that they have asthma or problems with the air conditioning or with a ventilator or whatever, and what they have is reflux. When they go horizontal, they start having all the gastric content up in their mouth again. And it's trying to go through the larynx, so they start coughing. That's the reason why most people end up with sinusitis or with coughing or with some respiratory problems when they go to bed because they have reflux and they don't know. So if you want to avoid this, what can you do? Well, for me, the best time to eat at night is to end up or have the last meal in between 7 or 7:30 p.m. Why? Because most of the people sleep in between 10 and 6 or 11 and 6. Most of the people. What does it have to do? Well, when you do that, you're leaving your body maybe, 3 hours or something in between, or 4 hours in between your last meal. Something that could really work is to, after that last meal, go for a walk if you want to do something better for your insulin and for your glucose level. So again, before we leave, please remember that the best way, it's very easy, that you can support us so we can keep on growing this community is by clicking the like button, clicking here to subscribe to the channel, and hitting the bell. When you hit the bell, there's something special. And is that every time that we make a new video, you're going to be the first one to be notified. Thank you guys. I really appreciate you have taken the time to be here with us. Thank you. Until next time.